take it all the way from the beginning? Alright.
What's up, everybody? It's your boy True and
Mr. Lonnie Smell Good.
Mr. Lonnie Smell Good. We back again in the closet. Another episode. Let's get to it. So, how you been, man? I guess to catch up a little bit, let the people know. You know, they ain't seen us on camera in a minute, but you know, how you let them. How you been?
I've been all right, man. I can't complain. God's been good to me, you know. So, bitch, been hanging it up, man. How about yourself?
Doing good, real good. Staying busy, trying to continue to create videos, products, quality products. So yeah, doing good. It is August, about to be September. Football season's about to start. The year's almost over. So yeah. But loving that it's about to be football season. It's about to get cool in Louisiana. It's very hot right now.
Thank God.
So we're both looking forward to the cooler weather. So we're about to get into it. But before we do, we'll start with any pickups or sneakers you've gotten lately, and then now kind of transition us into the first topic.
Pickups I had, man. I had got one. Matter of fact, I got these that I had brought. You inspired me.
I inspired you. So wait, let them see the box. So they'll know. If you see the box, you know what it is. If you don't, you might not. So you know how it is.
From our last encounter that we had.
Yeah.
I know you become a fan of the Air Max 1s now.
Right.
Welcome to the Air Max 1
Thank you. Lonnie played a major role in that. Air Max 1s. I almost bought some. They had some white and yellow ones.
I saw those drop. I want to say that was a women's shoe, huh?
So the one I saw was overseas and it was men, but when I went on StockX to look for it, it showed as a woman's shoe. But I need a yellow shoe, and I was like, dang, I should get those, and I didn't get them. The Tour Yellow ones. But see, on StockX it does say women, but the site that I had the link to.
So you know, overseas their sizes kind of play a little different when it comes to the U.S. sizes. They kind of have a lot of unisex stuff.
Right.
But I do love that shoe. I kind of wanted it myself, but I didn't know when they was dropping or who had them. And certain sites had them, but it was just like hard to kind of get them. You always got to create a profile and all that. And I hate to create that's something I'm not gonna be on just for one shoe that I want.
I had to do that for raffles. I hate doing that too. Having to do is create a profile. So this is it right here. This is the site, Mr. Porter. It says 160, and then it just says the size, U.S. sizes. I went 11, so
yeah, your size
that was it. My size gone.
They had a 9.5. I pilot.
But yeah, that's all they got is 7 and 9 left. But yeah.
But if you're gonna stock it's probably gonna fluctuate and drop down. Or go, whichever you choose.
Yeah, I think so too. Air Max 1s, luckily, their value doesn't stay super high, which brings us to this shoe.
So you inspired me. I said I had been waiting to see what the price was going to be for these. And just so happened it did drop far enough. We just knocked stuff over.
You knocked the stuff over all in the studio. I probably should have took this stuff down beforehand if I was being smart. So, yeah, let me go down and grab one. Oh, snap. Yours got the official Nike Korea tag, the thing on it. I haven't seen this before on them. So, yeah, man, you're bringing something totally different. Yeah. Well, go ahead. I cut you off. I'll let you explain.
Oh no, you made, like I said, I already knew I had one of them because I love orange for some odd reason. It's like one of my favorite colors. And when I saw yours, I was like, man, True didn't pull the trigger on his, man. I said, I might as well pull the trigger on mine. Where I was waiting because price was kind of still a little too high for me, but they ended up dropping. I think I got these below 200.
Really, below 200?
Mm-hmm.
Dang.
Even after all the fees and taxes, which is crazy.
Oh, with the fees and taxes, still below 200? God, dog.
Yeah. I looked up, and they end up. Crazy part is they end up shooting right back up a little bit after that.
Right after.
So I looked up and kind of got them when I did. So because I sit there and watch the shoe for the longest before I buy it.
Right.
If I really want it. And then when I saw the details of yours, I was like, yeah, I gotta give me a pair just to have in my Air Max collection.
You're about to get these now. After seeing them in person and stuff, yeah, they look real good.
For me, the orange sets it off for me, man. I feel like it's a different precedence for it.
It's a burnt orange. It remind me when they used to have those Camaros and Chargers that were burnt orange.
Yeah. Yeah, that color. That's pretty much the same color. Then, like I said, I'm always a big fan of materials. The feather material on it. Then I kind of did want this little.
Yeah, the little key thing. So what do you plan on doing with that?
You know, I said I was gonna probably put on my keychain, but now my keys are so always on me. I don't want it to get dirty, so I might just kind of keep it away from it, leaving it in the bag until I actually officially choose what I want to do with it. But yeah, this is definitely one of my pickups. I want to say I picked up some other stuff. Oh, my Air Max, that was one. I forgot to bring my custom Air Max for that they did.
Oh, Nike by you.
I'll bring those next time.
Okay.
Those did come in. Those came out good. These were another cop. My SBs.
So shout out to Lonnie because he doesn't waste any time with putting his shoes on as soon as he get them. He hit me up. I forgot about these, so shout out to Ruckus. I guess the backstory. Ruckus actually released these in store. They did an old school release. You get in line, you get them. I saw the night before that it was happening, and I went and did something. And when you text me, I was like, I was doing something. I know what I was doing, but I just won't say it on camera. But so, and then I just was like, man, I know it's too late. But the material in these and stuff look real. I mean, this is the cognac or the because it was a cognac. The cognac was darker.
So the cognac was actually lighter, but it was a white and brown color pattern to it. A lot of people was looking for the opposite one of these. They was looking for the one with the white and brown, but I want the all brown ones. And I didn't know which ones was which because they didn't specify which ones. Because I was like, which one? Because they kept calling the sizes out the door of what they selling out, and I was like, is that the one I want?
Right.
No, that can't be. But I was lucky to get me a pair. I was happy with the decision I made because I mean I feel like that all brown. It's easier for me to put together with anything. All
brown, that little slight off white. This is not like a white. It's like an off white, and then gum bottom.
Can't lose gum bottom.
Never. And this is not. It doesn't even look an off white. It just looks almost like in between off white and white kind.
It's like a
cream. I guess it might be a cream. I guess a cream. Yeah.
Like an eggshell type. Maybe.
But I mean, material, definitely good material.
Yeah. I was excited that I was able, because usually, you know, when back in the day with Ruckus, we would always just see SBs on the wall. You can get any color, even the ones they were dropping that day, you would still be able to get your pair. But that was cool. They went back trying to do that first come, first serve. Had people out there for 7. I didn't get out there for 7. The store didn't open up till like 10, 9:30. I got there like 9:25-ish.
What? You still was able to get a pair?
Mm-hmm. That's why, because they had I guess they had a good pair. With 2 pairs coming out, they had enough where people had their picks and chooses. So you
couldn't get both?
You couldn't get both. You only get 1 per person.
1 per person. Okay.
No matter the style, no matter the color. So
if you wanted both, you would have had to bring like a girlfriend or a brother or something like that. Mm-hmm. Got you. What
and it was crazy because I was kind of far back in the line. I wasn't like up close and personal like a lot of people was.
Right.
So for me to still get a pair and walk out with the pair I wanted, I was kind of excited about it. So that was a good deal for me that day.
Absolutely. And then to get a shoe for retail and not have to pay no extra fees or nothing like that.
It's always a win.
So those are 110.
Yeah, 110.
Man, and that's crazy. I mean, SB Dunks are still that cheap quality shoe. Hopefully Nike continues to keep it that way. But we'll see how that goes. So SB Dunks, Nike by you, Nike by you Air Max 1, Nike Casino Air Max 1s.
Honestly, if I could think of something else, I
bring it
up, but I can't think of anything else. Since the last time we did the last video. But yeah, that's pretty much. I haven't been really kind of wanting anything else. I know those 12s dropped today. Those stealth 12s.
Right.
A lot of people like 12s. I'm starting to realize that a lot of people love 12s, but I think they're going to sit on the wall.
So the stealth 12s. So you think the stealth 12s are going to sit?
It's going to sit. I mean, you said a lot of other shoes that are sitting on the wall nowadays. The Citrus 7. Oh, I got the Citrus 7s.
You end up getting them?
Yeah, I actually like that. The quality on it for me was good. I saw a video somebody had, I think, mold on their shoe or something like that.
Yeah.
But I actually like that Citrus 7 because, I mean, that's kind of it's not a retro, but it's kind of a re-release shoe from back in the G.
I haven't tried on 7s in so long. I don't even know how 7s look on my feet as far as for them to be able to.
So for me, they run big. I wear a 10, but I end up getting a 9.5. Because, you know, I don't tie my shoes, so mine's kind of like to feel a little loose.
Oh, these are 10. Okay, got you.
Yeah, those are 10s because they just fit true to size. But the 7s for me run big.
Got you.
But I did get those. But they're still sitting on the walls in stores. What else is sitting? Those. So
do you think that, because it was back to school, do you think that they upped the production number for back to school? Because they figure they can sell more?
I won't say production's gotten better because of COVID, if I want to be honest. COVID had a big play in how production was being made.
Shoes was coming late and coming, you know, not being
so now that I think they are mass producing, but and plus what takes effect is how many they're dropping week by week.
Right.
You know, so back in the day, it used to be maybe every 2 weeks, and then it used to be in the middle of the week. It doesn't be on the weekends. No. So a lot of things come to play when it comes to having just shoots because people don't have that type of money to spend every weekend for a shoot, especially Jordan now being at $200+. You know, they're going from 200 to 210, depending on which shoe they putting out now.
They dropping more and the price went up, so it's crazy.
So a lot of shoes gonna sit, but people are coming to buy them gradually. You still got your resellers. Your resellers not even coming in and really buy them off the wall because I mean that's a lot of money just to kind of put out to not, you know, make that money back quick enough. You know, the turnaround ain't there for it. You know, the turnaround only happens when the shoe initially drops. After the turnaround, unless it's a limited shoe, that's different. But a limited shoe not gonna sit on a while. When it's a general release shoe, that turnaround gotta be quick. It's gotta be a quick transaction, and it's be paying for convenience. So people ain't want to get up in the morning to go get the shoe, regardless if they win on the app or if they don't win. A lot of things come to play with when it comes to that.
I see you sound like you a reseller yourself, but
nah, man. You know, working in the store, you deal with these kind of people. You know.
Okay, so they just say, "Hey, I'm a reseller."
I mean, you kind of know.
Oh, you kind of know. Okay, got you.
I call them day traders.
That's what you. I call them. So the day traders are. Coming out often, you kind of feel.
You kind of know who's coming because they're gonna ask for more size. They're not gonna sometimes ask for their size. They're gonna ask for different sizes. You can look at their feet and be like, man, you got a size 7 shoe, but you asked for a 13.
Okay,
we know that's not your size. So which like I said, nobody trips on it, but at the same time, nobody's gonna sell you multiple shoes at a time. You get your 1 shoe per person. If you have somebody with you, then they can buy the shoe. That's because it's a different customer, it's a different transaction.
Okay, got you. So there's a lot of safeguards in place to make sure that
because we want everybody to have a fair chance of getting the shoe. You know, nobody wants to pay X amount of dollars extra on top of the retail price if they don't have to. If it's in the store, well, hey, go get it out of the store, man. Now you just want to be lazy and want to pay somebody else to go get it, then that's on your body. So
what you said about 1 shoe per person, is that a rule in Foot Locker? That's something that y'all do in the store to kind of.
No, that's the rule in general.
Okay. Mm-hmm. So for the stealth today, if I would have went there at 10 o'clock,
if you would have run a raffle at 10, you would not be able to come back and get another shoe. You would, like most people have multiple accounts.
Right.
Even if your name shows up and they pay attention to that now, you come in there with it because the name has to match the paper. You have to have an ID that matches the paper on the name. If you have your name on 2 different shoes, 2 different sizes, you come get 1, you leave and you come back. No, you can't get that. They're not gonna allow you to get that shoe. It's only 1 person per shoe per name.
Oh snap! So
because that cuts down that confusion. Because a lot of people are doing that. You know, which I mean, if that was the loophole that people were doing, can get around, hey, that's what it was. But once kind of they get caught hold to that, now it's a different rule in play that the managers have to enforce.
Right. So a lot of stuff is sitting. And you feel like,
I mean, gradually they are moving out, you know, over time, but it's not selling out like that.
So you feel that sitting helps the sneaker game? I'm sorry, it's a 2-part question. Sneaker sitting, does it help or hurt the sneaker game? And number 2, sneaker sitting, for you personally, do you like or dislike that it's sitting?
I don't think it's hurting the sneaker game. It may also hurt the resellers because I mean they're the ones having to. If they buy the shoe, they're taking a loss really on it.
Right.
They paying what? If a shoe $200, they're paying $220 after taxes. But if it's still sitting on the wall and you're still trying to sell it, you can't charge them. I mean, you can, but nobody's gonna want to pay that when they're gonna pay retail at the store.
Right.
You know. So I don't think it's hurting the game. Honestly, it's cool. It's kind of okay to still see because not everything's just sitting and for much of the time it's sitting and eventually getting off the wall.
Right.
You know, just slowly gets out of there. And your second question, you asked me, did I like it, right?
Yeah. Do you think it's?
I don't mind it. It's still good because there's still an eye catcher. If you go to, I've seen on Twitter like in other countries where they have multiple different like kicks unions that's sitting on the walls.
Oh yeah, Shanghai Soul. Mm-hmm. That's probably the guy on Instagram.
I'm not sure exactly where it was at, but I know it wasn't in the United States. Right. But they have shoes that sit on the wall still. You know, because certain
heaters that are sold out here.
That was said we'll probably go there and rack up, spend all that money there. and be reselling it back on, in the States or, whatever the case may be. But the sneaker game has definitely changed a good bit
right.
since COVID, honestly. Yeah, COVID.
What? Yeah, COVID maybe a year ago or two. I think more recent, but you're right, maybe a year before and stuff. So this shift is, and when you say change, what do you mean by change? Because everybody say change, but change means different.
I mean, as far as getting your hands on things, how
easier or harder?
Harder. Certain things are harder to get. Like the ones that you do want, you usually can't get.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Like stuff like these, the stealths, the general release stuff. It seems like they're now putting more out there now.
Right.
Stores are probably getting now 100 plus shoes instead of getting that 36 to 48, 64 pair.
So what? All right, one big general release is the Panda Dunks. So y'all get that often? Like every time you?
Honestly, I'm not there as often, but I know we have gotten them a couple times, but I don't think it's been at the boatload.
Okay,
size.
gotcha.
So we probably got a few here and there, 12, 15 maybe. I'm not sure on numbers, but everybody seems like they've been getting their hands on it. But people still love that shoe because it's a basic black and white shoe. I see now that they're coming out with a champion. With a different
key lock or whatever.
Yeah, different.
The thing is
it's coming with the little lace piece
yeah,
on
the lace piece on it. It's a championship.
And I think the black is got look like a crocodile.
Oh, really? Okay.
It's not just your basic leather.
So I saw, the black and white ones.
But yeah, the Pandas, that's just a real popular shoe that, people actually love. I mean, I've seen it, in other stores and people buying, have came and bought them.
Right.
But, I already had my pair, so I don't be looking to.
Oh yeah, it is like a little croc. Okay, I see what you're saying. And they got the little, the little croc.
Little gold.
The Nikes in gold and stuff.
And like a championship ring on the front, the little laces.
Right. And they're showing September 2nd for that. So we can.
So that's gonna be another shoe that's probably not gonna be like a big general release, but some stores are gonna get them, and that's gonna be one of the shoes that's gonna sell out easily. So it's just kind of hard to say what shoe's gonna sell out, what shoe's gonna stick.
Right.
I see they coming out with a Stealth 1, a Stealth 12. The different types of.
Oh yeah, they do got a Stealth 1. You're right.
So that's why for some people that might be why they sell out. Because some people want Stealth 1s instead of Stealth 12s.
Right.
That concept is going for multiple different styles of shoes now.
Right.
But I say again, what plays a part is with them dropping a shoe every week.
Right.
It makes it, I ain't gonna say harder, but for those that just ain't got the bread like that to spend every week, nobody's gonna want to sit there and buy one shoe just to keep up with a trend or keep up with fashion or be the guy. I'm the guy with all the sneakers.
Right.
I'm the type, if I like the sneaker, I buy it. If I like it, sometimes I won't just buy them. I just like it and be a window shopper.
Right.
But if I know I'm gonna wear it, it's my whole thing. So if I'm not gonna wear it, I'm not gonna buy it, even if I do like it.
So for you, that makes a decision between if I'm just going, when I like it, okay, first step, I like the shoe. So purchase, the next step is, am I going to buy the shoe after I find out that I like it? And for you, that decision is based off of
if I'm gonna wear it.
If you're going to wear it, okay,
yeah.
Got you.
I can like the shoe, but if I know I'm not gonna wear it, I'm not gonna buy it. Even though as much as I like it, I'm not. If I don't find myself wearing that shoe, and some people will be like, well, how you gonna know when you're gonna wear it until you buy it? Well, for me, I kind of know what I got in my closet, or if I'm gonna actually eventually wear the shoe instead of it sitting up there collecting dust over time. You only got one pair of feet, but who doesn't want a nice collection of shoes?
Yeah. Who does not want a nice collection of shoes? Exactly.
But I guess I went through that phase when I was younger of having every shoe that every time something dropped.
Right.
Now it's just kind of to the point where I'm very picky about what I buy.
Yeah, and just for the viewers and listeners, let us know, man. What is it for you that after you like a shoe that gets you to the point of making that purchase or not? Which is interesting because I'm kind of opposite of Lonnie. Like if I like it, I'll buy it and I'll see what happens if I do wear it or not. But I know you're more, to be honest, more responsible of a decision maker.
Do you find yourself if you do buy the shoe and like you say, you see what happens or not? What if it doesn't happen? What do you do with the shoe? Do you just keep it or do you sell it or do you give it away? Like how do you?
My plans is I have a few pair like that. I actually will wear it. There's shoes that I bought and I'll wear it and I'll be like, this isn't what I thought it was all cracked up to be. As far as the shoe, the look, it might be the look, it might be the material, it might be the feel. And I have like a stack of those that I just plan on donating next time we do an MKTP charity event.
Okay.
So,
so you're not on the big of trying to get your money back?
No, the money's spent. If I wouldn't have spent it on shoes, I would have spent it on something else that wasn't. Like, I wasn't gonna buy stocks with the money.
Okay, so I'm different. I'm gonna at least try to get my money back.
There you go, try to get.
Because even though it is spent, you can still get your. I ain't saying you have to be a reseller. You don't have to knock somebody's head off with a price.
Right.
You can still, even if you do choose to do that, that's great and awesome. By the way, but you know, for certain shoes, I feel because I've given shoes away and I've sold shoes myself, but I'm not knocking no heads off for prices. But if I giving pair of shoes away, they still were nice shoes. They wasn't no cheap shoes like no run down Puma. I gave a couple of Jordans away to kids, family members that in need or whatever. So, but I just know for certain shoes, if it holds a certain value, I mean, of course, I like to. Who doesn't like making money? If I can make a little profit off of it, yeah, I'm gonna sell it to somebody. But I would like to give it to somebody that's gonna appreciate the shoe too. If I'm gonna do that,
right?
You know, I don't like to just.
And so it's funny you said that because I kind of have the little stash because my mom, she's talked to me like, hey, this kid goes to church and he doesn't have any shoes. Mm-hmm. He wears this size. Do you have something that you can give him? I've done that like 3 times. My mom always runs across kids that are in need. And you know, usually in church or something like that, they're just really appreciative because they don't have anything and stuff like that. So, yeah. So to me, that's not a big deal. I mean, I know I'm blessed to be able to purchase and have them, and it ain't like I don't have others and stuff like that. So yeah, instead of selling, because there's been a couple of them that were like Jordan 9s and stuff, or some nice shoes that I've given to Jordan 8s, 9s, you know, nice stuff that I've given to these kids that I just.
Yeah, so the kindness of your heart.
Right. And I know you do the same all the time. You always. I mean, obviously, if you look at the shirt, you're wearing the Souls Committed to Souls shirt, which is, you know, mainly the charity division of MKTP. So Lonnie is very excited about getting things going and stuff. So look forward to us possibly doing something for the holiday season for sure.
Definitely.
So to dial back in, so that's a great way to think about it. Am I going to wear it? Am I going to wear it? And then you said you look at colors and what you have in your closet already.
Yeah, because sometimes I do buy a shoe like that yellow shoe, that yellow Air Max 1. Right. I have nothing, I don't believe anything yellow. Right. For one, I love Air Max 1s. Right. And I don't have yellow, so that makes sense. So I probably would buy that. Right. Because I know I would probably wear it springtime. I'm really not a seasonal person. I wear what I want when how I feel. Because in Louisiana, we get all 4 seasons in 1 week sometimes. Right, that is true. You know, I do just sometimes. You like as much as you want a nice collection, you want a nice colorful collection as well too. You know, you want to have not just all black and red Jordans, basic white and black Nikes. You want to have some kind of your color spectrum to be kind of broad. You know, you don't want to just have those basic color where you can just wear it with anything. You want to have somewhere you can choose. Be like, I gotta find something specific to go with that specific shoe, or something that complements that shoe well. Right. You know, so that's how I kind of go out and get a feel when I'm buying shoes, because I'm not gonna buy every shoe that comes out. It just for now as I got older, it's a waste of money. You know, you just buying every shoe when it drops, and then figuring out, like you said, man, it ain't work out like I thought. Right. Yeah. What am I gonna do with this shoe? You know, especially my size is harder to kind of either sell or give away. Right. Because I wear 10 and everybody else is like your size, 11 and a half, 11. Or and all the guys. 9s too. Yeah, a lot of people are like, man, I wish I were your size, bro. I'll buy everything you trying to give away. It don't matter, bro. I wish I could, but I'm like, well, I mean, I don't think you do take it in so loud and maybe try to make it work, man. I mean, you want to do that, but nah. But I do try to find people or kids that are in need, and if I have some shoes that I know I'm not gonna wear or anything, I give them away. Cause I mean, like you said, the money is spent. If I can make a little money back, I try. If not,
which is fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I don't want to make it seem like
I'm not a day trader, but at the same time, if I can make even if I can break even with my shoe, I'm fine with that. You know, because that's, I mean, the money can be spent, but I can get the money right back if I want it. But it's a choice, you know, at the end of the day. But you know, everybody's different. You know, I'm just not one of those big people that's into buying shoes and then, right out the door, you want to buy this for $300? Nah, I'm not buying. I'm not one of those type people. If I bought the shoe, it's because I really wanted the shoe, and I'm not looking to sell it. Right. You know, even when they have lines, like standing in line for these, which I haven't stood in line for a pair of shoes since college, maybe. That's probably the last time. Whew, and I hadn't even graduated then. So for me to stand in line and actually get there, I was kind of skeptical. I was like, man, my old self about to go stand in this line with these day traders.
How many people in line you think actually bought the shoe because they wanted the shoe? at Rutgers for the SB Dunks?
I know the girl that was in front of me, she was a reseller. She said it. She's like, yeah, I'm just saying, I'm trying to see. She wanted her size, but she had a friend with her, I guess, to get another size. So I would say at least, you said how many wanted to shoot?
Yeah, how many you think wanted to shoot? I'm in line because I really wanted to shoot, and how many you think was in line?
If I had to put a percentage to it, I would say 70%. I'd say 80% of people that were in line wanted to shoot for themselves, if not buying it for a child of theirs or a friend or whatever. And then you had people that were there that I knew were the day sellers, day traders. They would buy for the resale. But like I said, the only thing that stopped that when you do the one person per shoot.
Right.
More than half the time, they're not gonna be able to get somebody up for 7 o'clock in the morning just to come buy a shoe.
That's a good point. Yeah.
For somebody, to help them out like that. We partners, but 7 o'clock in the morning and the store don't open until 10, bro. And then I can't just wait till say 9:30, 10 o'clock and talking about skipping everybody to get to the front where you at. Nah, it ain't gonna work like that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that kind of cuts down the reselling on the back end, but in other states it might be different because people backdoor. It is what it is. It ain't like that ain't nothing new, the backdoor stuff. But now with it, everybody making those people that are making pretty much a lifestyle or a job now, it's different. If you got the ends to make that type of bread, drop that type of bread to somebody and be like, hey, look, you gonna give me 12 a full size run, I'll give you this much.
Right.
That way, and back on his end, he making whatever he need to make on the back end to make his profit back plus more. Depending on the shoe. But like I said, it's only for specific shoes because day traders do take L's a lot more than they like to admit. Let's say somebody you see online all the time where you got kids having stacks of shoes, pictures of them in the background of general shoes, the military force, and let's just say it don't do as good as they think. Now, what you gonna do with all your shoes? You might have paid $20, $25 extra on top of your shoe to sell for $100 more, but now you gotta take an L on that $100 loss
I see what you're saying.
and either break even or take an L.
Right.
And if you do make a little bit, you might make maybe $10 to $20 extra on top of that 25.
Right.
So you only make a $20 profit on the shoe.
Yeah.
Now, granted, if you have multiple shoes, that adds up
quick, right?
But that's still a gamble that you're willing to risk. You know what I'm saying? So.
Yeah. Man, it's definitely some good stuff. We about to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with y'all. And we're back. So definitely been covering a good bit of topics, been running through a lot of things. So kind of in conjunction with shoe sitting is there's always though that hype shoe, that shoe that isn't going to sit and is going to fly off the shelf. So this here is a great example. A lot of Casino made dunks and they were rare because they only came out in Korea.
And I didn't realize that until I just looked up and did some history on it.
Really?
I did not know. I knew about it, but I didn't know in depth about it. Like they only did like the dunks at the time.
Because it wasn't an SB dunk, it was just a regular dunk.
Yeah, it was just regular. Because I watched the story on Sneakers app.
Okay, you watched it on Sneakers. Okay, yeah. I actually watched it too. So they did that. So when they found out that these were coming out, I remember the images, people were going crazy. And at the time, they didn't know if these was going to come out in America or just be released overseas. So it was like a big deal. Everybody loved the way they looked, in which they still look great and stuff. So these banged out immediately as far as sales in the store releases. I don't even know if they came out in stores. I know they came out on sneakers and stuff.
Yeah, they might hit on like little boutiques here and there.
So when I went online, I'm thinking, I'm kind of opening the app with one eye open, kind of like, ugh, how much are they going for? So I thought these were going to be at least a $500 shoe. At least. That's what I thought.
I thought minimum 3.
So you thought minimum 3. Got you. So when I went on there and I saw like they were affordable in my opinion, because I kind of judge, shout out to Greg on the Sneak This podcast, he says if I can, his judgment is based off of the highest shoe he paid for retail, which is foams. That's the same for me. I remember paying $240. I think I paid $260 for the Fighter Jet foams.
Okay, I remember those, yeah.
So for me, paying $260 for a pair of sneakers, I've done it. I had a lot of foams.
Yeah, I remember that foam epidemic. That was a big deal. I remember I was online for the pine green foams in college, sitting in my partner's floor. At this time, I was bumming. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was bumming in college. I was on my laptop, sitting on my apartment floor, online, waiting for them to drop from the phones. And I didn't get them. And they ended up coming in the store, and I was able to get a pair. It was just crazy at that time. It's like, man, phones. And I was like, in my mind, like, man, I'm not about to pay this is retail. Like,
yeah, retail is $240.
This is before we even knew like reselling. Nobody knew about for real reselling until now. Like we knew people backdoor. Hey, you paid the extra one. We didn't call it. We was just like, man, you backdoor. You paying extra. Right. You know, for a shoe if you wanted it. But
the extra was more to hold it.
Yeah. So the phones at the time, you had the Pearl phones, the Galaxy phones. I want to say they had another.
You know what they call it.
But every color phone was
copper pewter.
The copper, the blue what was the blue one?
Just a regular.
It was the original pennies.
Right. We talking all this. We both got phones. If we type in phone posit on StockX,
it'll pop up.
It'll show up. Royal. I mean, they had the Royal, the Volts.
Yeah, I mean, I don't care what phone dropped more.
All-Star, Induracent, Purple Cambo, Denim, Metallic Gold, University. I had the
University Blues.
Those.
I mean, you had so many of them that would drop, and they wasn't dropping in big size, multi sizes. Like you don't have specific shoes specific places that were getting so many pairs at a time. Right. But you was like, man, people paying $350, $400 to make sure they had that shoe. Right. Because not too many people was gonna have it. Yeah. So it was just crazy when they did phones. But like you were saying, with the paying $260 for. Right,
$260 for a shoe. So for me, whenever I saw at the time when I was online for the casinos, they were around $260 or so, and I was like, because with their $160 regular, right? So yeah, so I was like, oh, that's not bad at all, because
$100 more.
Right, $100 more, and to me, I was like, $260 ain't bad. I'm definitely end up getting a pair. And there's always for me that small window of will this shoe go up or will this shoe go down? And this is a funny story. Recently, I won the Jackie Robinson Dunks, and
I'm happy for you for that.
I should have bought them. I didn't even think about. And I walked right past them whenever I was walking out the closet because I was reorganizing. I was trying to find some shoes. As a sneakerhead, you always gotta. So what I try to do, this is a tangent. Whatever shoes I plan on wearing for the next week, possibly 2 weeks, I go in my closet, I pull the shoes out, and I try to get those shoes. And then I put them off to the side, and then all the rest I put in the closet or whatever and close it up. So that way.
Imagine what kind of tragedy it goes to getting the shoes out of your closet and then putting them back.
It's a mess. And I try to look at the clothes and shirts and colors I might wear. So that's how it was. So it's a mess now because I ended up going out last night and this particular shirt, I had a pair of shoes that matched it, and I realized I had a better pair, and they were at the very bottom of the tallest stack behind another stack. So it was a mess. So I had to take so much out. But anyway,
butler for your shoes.
You gotta figure something out. But yeah, so like I said, phone posits, that price that high. Like I end up getting these. You paid way less than me, but for those
$200 for mine. So I just caught it at a right sweet spot before it jumped back up. But I'm like you. I thought these were definitely. I didn't see this a hype shoe. I felt like this was a good quality. A hype shoe to me is like a shoe that's hyped up so much till it gets to that very day of releasing, and it dies.
Okay, so that's
it doesn't do as well as people projected it to do. That's like if, let's say, if a Jordan 1 come out in a specific colorway, and we're like, man, we seen pictures, it's edited right, man, it was cool, it's got this, it got that, but as soon as it gets to that day, by the time it hits, you got something else that it's coming out a little bit further down the line, if not the same week as those. That might change your mind, but like, man, I'm not gonna get them. I'm gonna get the others instead. I'm gonna get these instead because they dropped early this week. And like I was saying, a lot of people just ain't got money to just be dropping every day or every week like that.
Dropping forever.
So I feel that plays a part with the hypeness because if I drop two shoes at the same time, you might have been hyped about that one. But if I drop this one in the midst of that one, same week of coming out, and I just drop this kind of randomly, now you gotta make a decision. Unless you can just be like. Forget it, I'm gonna get both. Right. You got some people that'll do it and miss out on a light bill, light get off water, whatever you want.
Right. Yeah.
I've seen people do that.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
please have your priorities in order.
Yeah.
But yeah, when it comes to hype shoes, I certain shoes like these, they were hyped up, like you said in the beginning. I didn't know they were gonna drop in the US, so in Korea myself. So I was like, man, I know it's a shoe I'm probably not gonna maybe get my hands on. So I caught myself with an L from the jump.
Right.
But I knew StockX or the GOAT was gonna, be able to come through. But I just knew it was gonna be like that 300, 5, like you said, 3 to 5 range pricing. That's like, man, I don't see myself spending that type of money anymore for real. It has to be a shoe I know for sure I want, I'm gonna wear, and when I say wear the hell out of it, you know.
Oh, so you gonna wear it like a beater? You ain't gonna treat it like
it ain't gonna be. I'm gonna keep it clean.
Right. But you gonna.
But I'm gonna get my money's worth out of it.
Okay. So
I don't believe in spending X amount of money. Like some people buy a shoe just to have a collection and don't wear it at all. Just kind of showcase it. Nah, I'm gonna wear that shoe.
So what about just delicately wearing it, like maybe to a sneaker event or something?
Oh yeah, because I want people to share in the moment like me.
Okay.
I want people to see them on my feet. Be like, man, you got those? Yeah, dog, I got these. That type of feel. You like that good kind of connection feel. Like, man, he got them. I feel like even if I see somebody with a pair of shoes and I know them, I feel like we both just won.
Yeah. So
somebody I knew had, like, I had a partner hit on the Travis Scott Lowe's on the sneaker app. I was mad, wanted to go take him and rob him, but I was happy for him at the same time. Shout out to him.
You saw him in person?
No, I actually I was wondering if he was gonna bring him. He didn't bring him when he came down. He was living in Texas at the time. But he was like, yeah, man, it was just so crazy. I had closed out the app and everything. He came and just had a notification that come across his screen.
Yeah.
And he clicked on it and it said, got him. He's like, bro. I was like, man, what size? But no, but.
So I guess to be clear, a hype shoe for you is something that is hyped up. And then, so you got an example of a couple of shoes or a shoe that has happened? And I guess while you think of that, I'll tell. So for me, a hype shoe is something that is hyped up by like a celebrity or the sneaker community. Like the Travis Scott Air Max 1s to me was a hype shoe. I didn't think
that'd be a perfect example for me then.
Okay.
Even though it's still up there because it's a Travis Scott, it's still up there in
Let's
price.
see, as we're talking, go ahead. I'm gonna see how much they're going for.
I did pay a little extra for those. I'm not going to.
So you have some?
I have them. Yes, I do have the Air Max 1 Travis Scott. The brown and tan ones.
Okay, so the brown, so you have these?
Yes.
So let's go to size 10. So they're showing 405 for a size 10. There's 150.
So yeah, so that shoe, I think I paid $5.
So you paid $5 for it?
Yeah.
Okay, so back to what you just said. You don't see yourself paying $500 for a shoe. But
no, I didn't say I wouldn't pay.
Okay.
I said it has to be the shoe that I actually know I'm gonna want and wear. It's an Air Max, it's a Travis Scott, and I like the color. So I know it's easy color. That's a brown. That's a neutral color for me.
Right.
It's fall. It's a fall color. Now those I think
the satin gold, they're $300.
$300.
So I just feel like
it was very hyped up because when you think of a Travis Scott, people automatically think as a reseller, if I buy this shoe and I don't want it, I can resell it.
Absolutely.
For it's gonna hit $1,300.
Right. And
that's one of the shoes that didn't hit that mark. Every other Travis Scott that I've known, so to speak, is over $1,000 for sure.
Yeah.
Unless that might be
close, maybe at least 800.
At least close. Okay, so but I think that's the only one that's kind of been the lowest when it came to the Travis Scott collection. Even from the 6s, the 1s, the low top 1s, and all these other SBs. Okay. So I wasn't thinking of like I said, I don't think of always reselling the shoe when I get a shoe initially. Right. But if I knew of a shoe, I'm like after so many years, I'm like I'm not gonna wear the shoe anymore. Still in good condition. Now I sell it.
So you have the Travis Scott? Why you didn't bring those?
Like I said, I was trying to think of stuff, and I'm like you, man. It might have been behind something that I didn't see. So
okay, I didn't expect that you had those. Mm-hmm. So my thing is this with that. I feel like if that wasn't a Travis Scott shoe, resale for it wouldn't be that high.
Of course.
I don't think the physical appearance of it looks like a $500 resale shoe. This to me looks more like a $500 resale shoe. This, and if you're just listening, I'm holding up the Air Max 1 Casinas. To me, that looks more like a $500 resale shoe than the Travis Scott.
Right. So now, if I had to choose, I would have definitely went with those over Travis Scott.
Okay, got you.
Myself.
But since you was able to get these for a cheap price, you wanted to Travis Scott. You were like, hey.
It was at two different timelines. When I got those, that
so
happened.
we're in the sneaker metaverse. We're good.
That happened. These came at a lower price. Yeah, I was able to get both. But if they would have came at the same exact time, around the same 2-week frame, because everybody get paid every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
More so than some. Some get paid every week. But if it would have came within 2 weeks, I would have to make a choice.
Gotcha.
I try to discipline myself enough to not just be out here spending reckless money on shoes. You know, you got some people that do that. You know, they spend recklessly and be like, man, I don't have a sneaker problem. I gotta spending money at the problem. You know, but I would definitely, me myself personally, those will come over to Travis Scott's for me because of, for one, material for me. I'm big, like I always tell you, I'm always big on material. The backstory, I guess, with this kind of steals me too. Listen to those guys when they was talking about between the two different shoes, kind of what they represent and stuff like that. Yeah. And like I said, I learned something. I didn't know that they didn't do specifically Air Max ones. They only did like just the Nike Dunks. I didn't know that at that time.
And it's funny you said that because this lady her name was Gwen. She was on the This Sneaker podcast. She said she didn't like the blueprint Air Max ones, and when she saw the story, she was like, I gotta have them, and that's what she ended up getting them. Mm-hmm. So it seems that story does kind of play a little bit into people getting shoes, which I think is very interesting.
It really does. I have those too.
Yeah, you do have them. Yes, you do. Yeah, you. That's not much you don't have.
Those happened on mistake. I didn't mean to buy those on the go. So I was playing around. Usually when I go on the Gold or StockX, I'll play around with the numbers, see what the numbers is after taxes and stuff. And be like, is it worth it me buying? Is it not? If not, I just I close out of, you know how you can close your phone, your iPhone stuff out, the app out. And just so happened, I didn't close the app out. I think I might just put it in my phone in the pocket, probably talking to somebody or doing something I ain't had no business. And didn't realize that the bid I had was playing over, had got put in.
Okay.
And it got accepted by on Gold. So
was it the right bid, or did you have to bid higher than what you would have originally wanted to be?
I think I paid like $260. Okay. $265 for them.
Let's see what.
For the blueprint.
And I guess side question before you get to you with the story. You only use GOAT? You don't use StockX?
Yeah, no, I use both.
Okay.
I use both. I just sometimes depending on, because sometimes they have two different prices.
That is true.
Between the Gold and StockX, so I just kind of do what feels good.
I go with whatever's cheaper. So they're down a little lower,
lower, but at that time they was just came out.
And that last sale, see, this is $54 less than, so it was at $240?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah, $240 or something like that. So yeah,
$245. $245, and
so at the time when I bought it, they was still new, pretty much like within that 2 week span of them dropping.
Because that $245 was August 20th, and today's the 27th. So, and you bought yours before then,
right? So
they just dropped under.
A lot of things I'm okay.
Just dropped under $200.
I'm okay with waiting for a shoe too. Like I don't have to have a shoe the day that they release. I've never been that type. Most people be like, man, I want the early release so I can be the one to flaunt. Nah, I don't need all that.
Check my size with these blueprints. Because I see them in person with you. They look better in person. And I've shown a couple of people. I had actually snuck and took a picture of you in your blueprints, and I showed them to a couple of people, and they said they look better in person. Okay. So
I don't know that. I feel like you're paparazzi now, man.
It just so happened it was an accident. I just accidentally took the picture. But they do look good, look better in person. So we kind of generalized or got an idea of what a hype shoe is. So I guess qualifying to be a hype shoe, I mean, for me, I don't know, because I guess
everybody's gonna have a different
thing of what is a hype
definition
shoe,
of what a hype shoe is. But a hype
what
shoe,
makes a shoe
like
hype.
I mean, kind of what you said when celebrities you have certain people put it's like a word of mouth type deal, but like
a lot of people thought the patent leather bread ones was gonna be a hype shoe, and
that's a good one too. A lot of people did, and I think when they did kind of start to actually. When they came about, they didn't do as well, and then they ended up restocking them so many times. Like, that'd be another thing that kill hypeness too. If it restocks, because for me, hype is based off of value.
So
because if like with Jordan, when the Now it might be a bad comparison, but when they did with the bread 11s,
Yeah.
they dropped them like 3 or 4 times.
Right.
So if you were paying, I think at that time they might have been what? They might have been 200 at that time. Huh?
For
Maybe.
the general release or resale?
Yeah, no, for just retail.
170?
No, not for 11s.
Oh, 11s. Jordan 11 breads?
Yeah, remember they dropped them like 3 times.
Yeah.
Restocked them like 3 times, and around that time people were the first time they resold high like
220 is the retail price.
Okay, so they were selling like 400, you
Right.
know, at that time, but then that started to decrease once they kept dropping so many times.
Right.
The value of it decreased. So I feel like a high basis off the value of the shoe. If I could resell it for X amount of dollars.
Right.
So with the bread ones,
So retail is 170.
they
and
go for 265.
Go on your size. So
236. So
about 250.
I mean that colorway you'll never go wrong with.
Right.
But it didn't. For a lot of people, they didn't do as well as they thought they was going to do. I thought that shoe for me. If I would have saw that shoe from the jump, I'm thinking like you. That would have been anywhere from a 400 to a 500.
And that's how. So I felt because it was a Jordan 1 and a bread. But one thing I realized, and I found out, a lot of people don't like patent leather. And I heard a lot of people complain about the shoe being patent leather and all patent leather. And the shiny and stuff. People just want the classic leather material.
Yeah, because like the bread toe ones go for like 700.
Oh yeah. The bread toe ones. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
I had those. Somebody stole them out my truck. Somebody broke my truck and stole my bag, put all of it in there. I was kind of pissed. So I was like, man, I can't see myself getting them now. It's like, man, because I got them for retail.
Yeah, that's like the worst. And they had a Jordan 1 low bread too. Can I even find the bread too? Okay. High bread, okay. So right now
450. Well, they dropped, so.
Yeah, so 540, 550-ish. So 550.
Yeah.
Jordan 1 retro high bread toe. Released in 2018, February 2018, 160. So yeah. Hopefully you can customize me some bread toes. So we'll see how that goes. Was it bread toes I said? Yeah.
I think you said black toe.
Oh, black toe? Wait, what is the red? Is there red in the shoe already?
Yeah, no, it's not the same. But the thing is, it's not the same red as that's on the red toe.
Oh, okay.
It's a brighter red. That was kind of a more darker red.
Oh, not info. All right, so see y'all, because I think I sent you a picture of.
So those were the Miami Hurricanes or something.
Yeah, that's the one you said that we definitely couldn't do those. So this is it. This one.
So those are the
Heritage ones customized. Yeah.
So yeah. The red that's on it is brighter. That's
okay,
that's the only thing. A lot of people don't really kind of pay attention to it.
Yeah.
But if you put those two side by side, because I saw a guy did a video
right
before he customized one, and the red he left the red how it was, and he actually had the bread toast. The red is darker on the bread toast than it is on the heritage. That's the only thing. So you have to either make the paint darker red and then paint it on there, then or you can just leave it if you don't care about all that.
So, and then Jordan 1, so we'll probably end up doing a black toe. So, yeah, all right. We shooting the show. We talk about possible customizations. And it's so crazy because, I mean, all of these,
see, black toe is simple. The red on there, you see how dark it is?
Right.
That's what I was referring to.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
So that red is the same red that's on the bread toes.
Gotcha. So there's a lot of Jordan 1s that are similar and just that red and, just the small things just make the key difference whenever it comes down to a lot of these shoes and stuff like that, which is crazy because it doesn't matter the difference or how slight it is. We still want the shoes. We still want the sneakers. We still want them all. So as we start to wrap up the show, we got a final topic that we're going to discuss. And it's a topic that I find interesting. And that is, in today's sneaker community, in today's sneaker world, is there a whack sneaker? Or is everything just considered acceptable? And the reason, I guess I'll kind of go first since you kind of been leading the charge. And I feel that it's two things can be true at once. So I wear Reebok Classics. I don't consider Reebok Classics a whack shoe. If I see somebody in Reebok Classics, cool. If I see you in Vans, simple shoe, you look nice in them, cool. Now, if shoes are dirty and stuff, to me that falls into whack. If they I've seen Vans that look like they've been beat to hell and worn all day, every day. Air Force Ones, we talked about dirty Air Force Ones.
Please.
I think that's whack. Now, I'm not a K-Swiss guy, for example. I know that was a big thing back in the day. I don't know if they still make K-Swiss.
They do.
Okay, so K-Swiss, and I'm just saying, because there's somebody listening to this that either likes K-Swiss or have them because that's all they can afford for themselves or their kids or whatever. Cool. I get that. I understand that. But there are certain people and adults that if I see you with certain shoes, I'm like, dog, what are you doing? Those are whack. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not high. So for me, there still are whack sneakers. There's still those shoes that's like, yo, these are horrible. Despite the fact that everything is accepted these days, which is better. Because growing up for me, there was a very small group of shoes that were considered cool, and everything else, if you had them, you were either poor, broke, or whack shoes. But now I think it's been opened up to so many possibilities of shoes that are considered, you know, cool and stuff like that, and you look nice. But I still think that there are whack shoes and whack sneakers. For me, everything isn't considered acceptable. Some stuff is definitely a no-no for me.
Yeah, I'm the same way. I'm not saying I guess everybody's style is unique to them. If you wear, say, K-Swiss, now back in the day, I mean, I've had a pair of K-Swiss back in the day for school purposes and stuff like that. Because as kids, you don't want anybody, I mean, we don't want our kids to have better than what we had growing up, of course, you know, but we know kids are just gonna mess up some nice shoes. Man. They gonna, first day of school, you come back like, what happened?
And let me be clear, I'm talking about like adults. Like, I would never go to a middle school and be like, man, the kid got on some whack shoes.
Yeah, now for us adults, I'm like, you know, whatever I can't count your money in your pocket. You know, is that what you can afford? That's what you can afford.
I feel like,
and I feel like if you're gonna wear something like that, style it appropriately. That's what I was saying.
Well, I feel like this though. Don't go get K-Swiss because Vans are cheap. Go get Vans. To get something simple. Now, like, despite your pocket.
You can't tell nobody they can't.
No, you can't go get no K-Swiss. No, you can't.
If you see an OG with the K-Swiss, so you gonna sit there and say, "Hey, OG, you might want to take them out, man."
I would be like, there's certain shoes that if I saw you and I'd be like, Lonnie, what the hell you got on? There's certain shoes, Larry, Jeff, can't say Tony because he wear a lot of stuff and I'd be like, what the hell you got on?
Right.
But and for y'all that I know are respectable and make good decisions with these sneakers. Like, no, take them off. I know you got better. What were you thinking? Like, if I saw you show with some Dub Zeros, hell no.
I had some nice Dub Zeros.
Oh, I got Dub Zeros. You can't get them.
But look, okay, let me not sit here acting like I would buy a pair. But I'm just saying, like I told you, it's a lot of pairs that I like that I won't buy because I know I'm not gonna wear it.
Right. Okay.
You know, but I've seen some nice Dub Zeros. Like they might have some on StockX that's going for a nice little penny. But that's just like that goes back to the hype thing. But at the same time, when it comes to just people wearing kind of what they're comfortable with and K-Swiss. Now, if I see somebody like you said, okay, you made a valid point. If I know you're a person of sneakers, of the sneaker community that kind of knows how to put things together and know what shoe to wear, and I see you come with, then yeah, that's different. You see me with some K-Swiss, then yeah, you got the right to tell me, come here, let me see your feet. Take them off my feet and do what you want with them. You know, that's different. But for somebody that might not know or might not be as up to trend with everything that's going on, and they just doing their own thing, I can't sit here and knock him for his case. Now, if his K-Swiss don't match what his outfit got on, that's what I'm gonna knock. I feel like your shoes have to match what you're wearing. I don't care what shoes you're wearing. You can be wearing church shoes as long as it match your outfit and it complements it. If it don't complement it, I'm gonna have even when you got the right kicks on. People wear the right kicks, but with the wrong outfit sometimes. Yeah, you're right. So it makes the shoe, it makes everything look whack. You might have a fire kicks and a whack outfit. It's like, man, you just whack all around now. I mean, kicks they fire, but it ain't complimenting what you got on. Right. Even when it comes to dating, if you see a girl in some, let's just say she pretty chick, got a nice figure, got a nice dress on, pants or whatever, but she come with some True Flights on. You can't sit there and tell me you're gonna be like, oh, you pretty, but it's like seeing a girl with having her feet not done almost. You know, it's like that you gotta do it all in one. You can't just be half or 3/4 done and 1/4 bad. Like it don't work like that. And some people just don't know. Some people don't know how to style themselves when it comes to certain shoes, and that's just what it is. And you can't knock them for it. But it's like if I know you, as somebody I know for sure got kicks, and you choose to wear K-Swiss or True Flights, my boy, my girl, we need to have a talk. This is no way you thought that was acceptable walking out your house, and I know you know better. It's when you don't know better that I can give you the benefit of the doubt. When you know better, I can't let you slide.
Well, definitely great conversation, great breakdown. Thank you for saying that. I feel you on that. So, man, definitely follow us on Instagram, mykicksthepassion.
Please.
On Twitter, _MKTP. Instagram, @LonnieSmellGood. Twitter,
Lonnie is dope.
Lonnie is dope. You know me. Just follow the MKTP stuff and you'll find me through there.
All the way through.
But definitely appreciate y'all tuning into the closet, man. Definitely more content coming soon. Definitely let us know, you know, any questions, DM us, anything about the episode, anything you want to talk about with sneakers. Feel free to DM us on all those social media platforms. That's all we got, man. Peace.
Peace.